Hey guys, it's here and welcome to another C++ tutorial number 23. We've finally got onto something that's pretty exciting in C++, that is functions. So C++ functions, they have basically three main things. They have a return type, they have the function name, and they have a list of parameters, okay? Now, because functions are such a big part of C++, we're going to cover them over several tutorials, and in this tutorial we're going to just be looking at declaring functions in the most simple form, okay? For that reason, we're not going to look at return types, so we're just going to use the return type void, which actually means it doesn't return anything. We're not going to look at parameters yet, so we're not going to have any parameters or arguments or anything. We're just simply going to make functions, and I'm going to show you how to call them. Okay? So, one important thing to know is that there are there's one thing you have to do in making a function, and there's another thing that is a good idea to do. So the first thing you have to do, of course, is make the function. So no more need to explain that, really. The second thing that is a good idea to do is to supply a function prototype, okay? Because C++ reads code from top to bottom, if you have a call to a function which hasn't been defined yet, C++ will throw an error. For instance, let's move this quickly down here. So we've defined and declared this hello again function down at the bottom of the program, but it's actually being used before that here. And let's go ahead and try and run this, okay? Okay, we can see, of course, we get errors. We can see hello again, identify not found. That's because the hello again function was defined down here. Okay, if we bring it back up here, save that, F5, we get no errors and the program runs. I'm not going to show you what it says though yet. So what does the function prototype actually do? Let's take a look at another function. We have a function called hello, simply, not hello again, just hello here. And it's defined down here, okay? But it's actually being used up here. So how come this works and it didn't work before? Well, it's because above where the function was used, we have what's called a function prototype, which actually tells, hey C++, I'm gonna be using this function, but I don't want to make my code all messy, so and I want to define the function below, or I want to define the function after where it's actually being used. So I'm going to supply you this function prototype so you know it exists, and so that you can look for it when it's being called. You don't just dismiss it straight away. So that's basically what the function prototype does. It tells C++, I'm using the function before I've actually defined it, so please don't dismiss it and say that's an error. Please look for it somewhere else in the program, okay? Look for it further down in the program. Now it's important to know that the function prototype has to be exactly the same as the function definition. Actually, before I talk about that, how do you actually make your own function? You just type, in this case, for the moment, the keyword void. You can see it's turned blue because it's a keyword. You type what you want to call your function, and then you just type two parentheses. Just so you know, the spaces in between and here, they're all optional. You don't have to supply them. You can just do it something like this, like that, like that, like that, you know, whatever. I just like it like that. I think it looks neat. So what you'll notice is that this here, it's exactly the same as this here, okay? And that it has to be like that, okay? Also, you'll notice here I've got a semicolon, and here I don't have a semicolon. That's just because in a function prototype you're declaring something, and that declaring something is a statement, okay? And every statement in C++ ends with a semicolon. Now, something you might also notice is that this int main, this is a function as well. And main is actually a key function in C++. It tells the program where to actually start running code, okay? So you can't actually use, I don't actually know if you can use